The Nikola Jokic MVP noise starting to build up just 2 months into the season. It appeared his name wouldn't even be mentioned, wasn't even in many's top 5 list due to a loaded array of talent from the league. First it was Luka, Giannis, and Jason Tatum. Joker being the back-to-back MVP, the biggest knock against his case. Seriously, voter fatigue? No matter the stats, efficiency, and numbers, his historical accomplishments as a generational type superstar continues to get taken for granted. Not very well liked, not talked about like the LeBrons and Currys of the world. The audacity for anybody to not have him in the top 5, absolute ludicrous. Now with a much better team and his numbers being more efficient, the Nuggets finally starting to get the rhythm going. This looking like Jokic's best overall season. Scoring a little down, but the passing, improved defense, and even better advanced stats with a strong record. His name starting to creep in the MVP talks makes it harder for critics to ignore. How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Looking at the standings amongst the high-level candidates, Boston slowed down after a historical offensive start. Losers of 5 of 6, including nearly blowing a huge lead to the Lakers. Not a good sign, hurting Jason Tatum's chances, especially having a 6 of 21 shooting game at Golden State on national TV to going 7 of 20 against a marquee matchup with the Clippers, schooled by Kawhi and Paul George. Those bad games still fresh in everybody's mind, while Luka Doncic has been a one-man offensive wrecking crew. Dallas being a 500 team simply won't convince the voters for him. ISO ball, extremely ball dominant, of course he will get his numbers. If Dallas ends up in the play-in, team might honestly not make it out of there due to better talent from the others, despite putting up 1989 Michael Jordan type numbers. The stats and triple doubles, the 23-year-old already a Hall of Famer if he retired today, but lots of talk surrounding the Slovenian prodigy. The lack of supporting cast taking a heavy load makes many wonder whether Luka be a maverick long-term. Predictable offense, too many close games, blown leads, only a handful of guys won MVP, having a 6 seed or lower. Jokic without his 2 best players a season ago even led Denver to 46 wins in 74 games played. Russ Westbrook 46 wins with the crazy triple-double average, also the 6th seed. Way stronger caliber teams, Jokic, Giannis, and Tatum's all in position to chase the number 1 seed as true contenders, while Dallas nowhere close to being a championship caliber team. Even with a 44-21 record a season ago, Doncic only finished 5th place. Unless he magically goes off, leads Dallas to 50 wins and have an MJ 88 caliber year. There's a chance he gets MVP, but with his roster extremely thin, although most media members prefer him over Jokic and Giannis, since Doncic's been one of the best players since year 2. Hasn't won an MVP yet, but odds not in his favor. While the Greek Freak, still only 28, already has 2 MVPs, arguably some voter fatigue last 2 seasons, very similar numbers to Embiid last season, same record, advanced numbers even better, but Joel finished 2nd place with 26 first place votes compared to Giannis's 9, while in 2021 missed 11 games. Bucks didn't win as many regular season games, only 1 first place vote, put up 28, 11, and 6 on 57% shooting. Had Giannis not won any MVPs, would have had way more first place votes. Already missed 5 games this season, strong case maintaining the number 1 seed. Best scoring year, numbers of nearly 32, 11, and 5, had a 41-point loss at Memphis, lost to Houston while scoring just 16, also outplayed by Anthony Davis, December 2nd matchup. Teammate Brook Lopez still in discussion for Defensive Player of the Year, Bucks having a true identity, while Denver just having a few of their stars back after long injuries. Giannis likely give Jokic the biggest MVP challenge should the Bucks finish with the very best record, say 60 plus wins, and Jokic Nuggets under 54 wins. The Greek Freak might be the one to prevent Jokic from joining the exclusive 3-man list of Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, and Larry Bird, three-peating the award, while Kevin Durant's name shouldn't be completely left out despite all the distractions and drama. Brooklyn winners of 11 of his last 12 games. Durant proving to be reliable, so far the most total minutes and points, 31 games played, over 30 a game averaging, having his most efficient season shooting the ball at 56%, nearly 37 minutes a game, 15 season, coming back from a serious injury. Durant deserves more props for his long-term success. With all the winning taking place, this team hasn't been the clown circus over the last month, which is hard to believe. As long as KD remains healthy and Brooklyn gets a very high seed, combined with things clicking with everybody, finishing above Milwaukee and Boston a slight possibility, there is certainly a chance the 34-year-old can win MVP. I wouldn't bet on it. Odds are there's still more drama to unfold, and Irving missing future games for odd reasons, Ben Simmons being Ben Simmons, everything needs to go perfect for Brooklyn next 50 games, but highly doubtful. Joel Embiid's monster numbers will occasionally have those insane scoring games, played just 22 of 30 games, lots of games missed already, nothing new, missed at least 14 games in each of his first 6 full seasons. Given it's still early, Embiid missing at least 5 more games a high probability, which gives him 69 total games played, still likely not enough to give him the MVP award, especially for an 82 game season in the modern era. Allen Iverson missed 11 games, the fewest amount played by an MVP since Bill Walton in 1978 in a full possible 82, missing 3 more games. Embiid will play just as many games as Iverson. Plus, given there are superstars on his level and arguably slightly better, those guys being healthier end up winning more games will only hurt Joel's chances. While Steph Curry's Warriors looking like an absolute travesty, out for a couple more weeks, already missed 7 games and likely 7 more. At this rate, Golden State might be a play-in team, hot start last season too, but missed 18 games, hindered any type of MVP chances. John Moran isn't quite at the level of the guys I named, and Phoenix doesn't seem like they will come close to 60 wins with team issues, making Booker not a serious enough candidate. Donovan Mitchell also a tier below the very best players in the Booker and Moran category. Zion Williamson now seems fully healthy for the first time, excellent turnaround story, but still not in the conversation as the elites. Looking at Basketball Reference MVP tracker, it's evident, not a joke. Jokic destroying everybody with nearly a 50% probability rate, even with Giannis having the number 1 seed and averaging over 31, while being the best defensive player in the game too. Jokic's dominance now starting to truly heat up, numbers of 25, 11 and over 9 assists, already the best passing center all time, a whopping 62% from the field, attempting 2.5 threes. When many talk about Jokic having 2 of the greatest individual seasons from an efficiency standpoint 2 years in a row, combined with having a masterpiece 40 point, 27 rebound, 10 assists triple-double versus Charlotte, Wilt Chamberlain level dominance, toying with defenders despite not being number 1 on NBA.com's ladder all season. Jokic truly on track to have the best true shooting percentage all time for a season where a player takes at least 15 shots. Being the king of the advanced stats metrics simply doesn't put Jokic at a bigger advantage when he's already won the award twice, playing the same way he does, having his numbers stand out from everybody else. Jokic can average a triple-double for the entire season and shoot 65% from the field, but if he doesn't get the number 1 seed and maintain that, the odds will be stacked against him. Looking at all the three-peats, Bill Russell, Boston Celtics, clearly having the best record, 58 wins, 5 better than the second place Lakers, won the award convincingly over Elgin Baylor and Oscar Robertson, while the legendary Wilt Chamberlain also led his team to 3 straight number 1 seeds, 55 and 25, followed by 68 and 13, and then a 62 and 20 record, 8 games above Russell Celtics, way less teams and less great players back in the day. Second place Lenny Wilkins, 20 points a game, no threat to Wilt. Chamberlain should have won the award unanimously in 68 as the clear-cut best player in the game, and then there was Larry Legend, who also led his team to the very best record in the entire association 3 years in a row, 62 wins in 84, 63 in 85, and even better 67 wins for the historical 86 Celtics. Larry should have also been unanimous all those years. Magic Johnson wasn't quite on his level yet, 5 games better than any other squad while playing all 82. Second place Dominic Wilkins, Atlanta Hawks won just 50 games. No arguments or debates about any of these 3 on the list. A combination of having the very best record, continued great numbers, and also already being either NBA champions or fresh off an NBA Finals appearance. Russell already had 5 titles, won his 6th after 63, Wilt won in 67, followed up with 62 wins as the most dominant player in the game. Bird's second MVP season seemed near perfect, but 86, his team broke records, won 4 more games.
Larry Bird joins an elite club, which only includes Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. And in Boston, of course, Chamberlain doesn't count.
Well, Chamberlain's not a Celtic.
Bird even more superior numbers in '87, average over 28, 9, and 7, but his team only won 59 games, a letdown compared to Magic's Lakers' 65 wins, while Michael Jordan appeared to be on his way three-peating the award, averaging an insane 32.6 points, nearly 3 steals, excellent rebounding and assist numbers for his position, clearly the best player in the game by a mile. But as we all know, the very best players doesn't necessarily win MVP every year. The biggest argument against Jordan were, oh, his team only won 57 games, 10 fewer than the year before, oh, they didn't get the #1 seed, New York won 60, didn't secure home court advantage throughout the playoffs, while it was Pippen and Horace Grant, the ones who had somewhat of a letdown year, and Charles Barkley, Valley of the Sun breakout party, 62 wins. The biggest surprise, also due to the fact that he hasn't won an MVP yet and arguably snubbed 3 years before. Jordan way better on defense, turned the ball over less. We all know who had the last laugh in the finals, and Hakeem's 55-win Rockets also finished ahead of MJ. Jordan not winning the MVP in '93, not too surprising, but absolutely snubbed badly in '97, 69 wins, 3 fewer than 72, already having 4 MVPs, but Malone's Jazz, the breakout party, 9-win improvement, the voters gave called the edge, but had Jordan won the '97 MVP, there would be so much voter fatigue for MJ. Malone likely would have been awarded the following season since both their teams finished with the same exact record, despite knowing the large gap between Jordan and Malone. Voter fatigue absolutely played a huge factor. While LeBron James 2011 didn't win MVP over Derrick Rose due to Miami underachieving, despite being the biggest villains, James' way more talented Miami team won just 58 games, short of 61 and 66 wins his previous 2 seasons with a weaker Cavs team. Miami expected to win 65 to 70, while Rose's less talented Bulls team won 62 with no other All-Stars and starters being hurt numerous points of the year because Miami as a whole underachieved. James only got 4 first-place votes, even finished below Dwight Howard. While 2014, James finished second place, Durant received 95% of first-place votes, having a better record and a better conference wasn't even close. The only way Jordan was going to win the '93 MVP had the Bulls posted a better record than Phoenix and win 63 games or more. Many of the voters would have switched their picks, and even then, still might not have been enough to overtake Barkley, and the only way for LeBron to win the 2011 MVP if he had his 2013 regular season self, led Miami to 66 wins, dominate on both ends with a 27-game win streak, but 2011 overall somewhat of a down year for LeBron. Here, 30 games plus into the season, Nikola Jokic absolutely has a shot, but unlike Jordan and LeBron, Jokic is not the clear-cut best player in the game. He might not even be the second best player for all we know. Bird and Chamberlain also were the clear-cut best players in their primes. Bill Russell, the best team player for the early '60s Celtics. Jokic has more competition, winning the award with the hungry Jason Tatum, and Giannis also having 2 MVPs, perhaps the two secretly trying to one-up each other. While Luka's team won't win enough games, Durant's Nets has a history of annoying distractions. Embiid already missed 8 games. Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Morant, and Zion not real threats. If Jokic puts up even better numbers than his previous 2 seasons, remains just as efficient, leads the NBA in all advanced stats categories, and leads his team to not only the best record in the West, but the very best record in the entire NBA, because the league all of a sudden giving out every trophy possible, Jokic leading his team to earning the #1 best regular season team trophy will absolutely help his MVP case when you talk about narratives. My prediction for the 2023 MVP will go down to Jokic, Giannis, and Jason Tatum. 3 guys proven to stay healthy and not miss many games, a great track record. Nikola Jokic absolutely positively has a chance to accomplish something not even Michael Jordan or LeBron James can say they did. Joker having the incredible chance, perhaps joining the exclusive list with Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, and Larry Bird as the 4th player to 3-peat for MVP. We'll soon find out.